What's up, guys? So just recently I took my car and had a little bit of work done to it, pretty much all last week. I think I had it there for like 6 days or something. The guy had my car doing something to my car that I've never done before, and I know it's not very common. It's definitely been done. I'm not the world's first. I think it's something that's not common in 2021 or even in the last, I don't know, 10 years probably. But I'm gonna be showing y'all what I did to the car a little bit later, but for now, I'm about to head to Eastwood Tools. I gotta pick up some stuff for my TIG welder. I've been doing a little bit of work for my friend Jake, who's building a 700 horsepower Subaru. So there'll be a video about that here coming up, but I'll go into detail more on that when I get to that actual video. But other than that, I'm gonna hit the road and I'll get back with y'all. This road getting to Eastwood Tools is so bad, but I'll be pulling into Eastwood here in a second, and we'll run in and I'll pick up the stuff I need to get out. I don't want to be here too long. This is one of those stores, like, this is how I think women feel when they're in a clothing store. You know, I get in here and I'm like, I see something, I'm like, dang, I could use that. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it. Usually that item is like a ton of money, but it's alright. I'll use it eventually, right? Can't see nothing. Cool, get in here, get what I need, and get out. This place is like a candy store. I swear, it's got everything you need. Got collets, collet bodies, cups, filler rod, sandblasters, welders, plasma cutters. Cool, man. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. I think I'm going to run to Pet Boys or AutoZone or something. I need to get a plug kit for my tire. I'm going to do a little bit of research on plugging a 200 treadwear tire, but I'm at least going to get a kit just in case it is okay. Pulling up to Pet Boys now. The road's so bumpy around here. My camera's shaking like freaking crazy. I don't be trusting these people out here. They will door ding you in a heartbeat. They won't think twice about it. Can't find the stuff to save my life. Got our plug kit. On to the next step. Gotta check my list of things to do today. I live by lists. I make a list for all the shit I gotta do every day. Keeps me organized because I get so mad that I have so many things to get done, and then I don't get everything done because I spend more time being frustrated. triple pillar gauge on the triple pod A pillar gauge mount thing, whatever the heck it is. It is big, and then the camera's on the outside of that, so it's hard to see around it. I try not to drive with my camera up too much, but it's alright. Pulling up to a good spot to show the car off, I think. It's a church near me. They got a big parking lot, but I don't know. I forgot it is Sunday. Hopefully well, it's 2 o'clock. They should be doing church though, right? We find a good parking spot in the cut. I'd like to find some freaking shade. It's so dang hot out here. Cool. Got a spot. Eat my chicken tenders before I get out of the car. Damn, that thing's good. Before I get out of the car, I'll explain to you kind of what my thought process was on what I'm about to show to you. So, obviously I'm in a Dodge Neon. It is the SRT4, but realistically, it's a Dodge Neon. But I wanted to do something to separate it from all the other economy cars out there, you know? Something that when it goes by, people are like, oh dang, what is that thing? I saw a car online with this on it. I was like, oh shoot, that's crazy. I think it was on Instagram. I was like, dang, that stuff's crazy looking. I was like, maybe I'm gonna get it. It'll help, it'll separate my car from the others. So, let me get out, I'll show you what I got. So I went out on a long shot. I did a lot of research on this. I'll keep my glasses off. This is what I got done. That is 10% mirror tint. Completely mirror. You can see through it a little bit, but not very much. I went way out on a limb to get this product. I think it paid out pretty well. I got the eyebrow done as well, which that looks pretty good. But yeah, I think overall it looks killer. Now with that being said, I think one of the hardest parts about getting this tint done, I gotta put my glasses on. One of the hardest parts about getting this tint done was finding a company that was willing to do it. I called about a dozen tint places, and only one of them was willing to tint the car with mirror tint. I mean, obviously anyone would tint the car, but this mirror tint is apparently very hard to work with. Which being hard to work with means you got to pay a little more, which I was fine with. I did my research and I was able to find Superior Tints in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Connor over there, he was like, I'll definitely do it. He's like, it's going to be a challenge, but he's like, I think it'll be worth it. So Connor was willing to take on the challenge. The tint is made by Omnique Tint. This here I have is Neo Silver. They make black, they make red, they make green, they make blue, they make sapphire, they make every color you could imagine. Connor had to order it for me. It kind of sucked because he had to order it, the package got lost in the mail. Finally it made its way to Pennsylvania. Since Connor was so willing to do this and he didn't put up a battle at all, I gave him the keys to the car and I was like, look, keep the car for as long as you need. I have 2 or 3 other vehicles, so I don't really need this every day. He was like, good, because I'm gonna need it. He basically set a whole day aside for my car. I was able to work out a deal with Connor and he decided that he wanted to sponsor my car. We kind of sat down and discussed how often I'll be racing, car shows that I attend, how often I'll drive the car. And by him sponsoring the car and basically a trade-off, I've given him the whole top real estate area of my back window for him to kind of do whatever he wants. So he's in the process now of getting a decal made large enough for my window. I'll drop his website in the comment section below, and then maybe his Instagram if I can get it in there. So, but I love the tint. I think it's crazy looking. So for some of the drawbacks on the mirror tint, I would say it is mirror on the exterior, obviously. Like, you can see yourself in there no matter where you are. If you can see that, it's a complete mirror. The issue with it is on the inside, you get a little bit of that reflective property, you know, reflecting back inside. So sometimes looking out your side mirrors, you can't really see anything except for the dash inside the car. Which does make it a little tricky. Like if you get dark tint, it's hard to see at night. With this tint, it doesn't really affect nighttime driving that much. From the inside looking out, it's like there's a slight haze on the windshield or on the window, but excuse me, like a slight haze on the window, but it doesn't actually darken the inside that much. I'd say it's equivalent to 35% and like your traditional black tint. From the inside looking out, it's not too noticeable. I mean, it's definitely noticeable, but it's not as bad as your black tint. Outside looking in, it is mirror. You can see through a little bit, but it's still 10 or 15%. I think ultimately I'd like to get my front windshield maybe with a 50% to try and cut down on some of the light coming in, mainly because that's what's causing the glare on the inside, is the sunlight coming through the windshield and bouncing off my dash, which is a small sacrifice for how it looks, in my opinion, again. But overall, I'm completely happy. Shout out to Connor over at Superior Tints in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. I cannot recommend him enough. Like I said, completely accommodating and does killer work, so definitely check him out. Like I said, I'll drop his website below so y'all can check out some of his work. Now with all that being said, I'm going to head over to my shop. I have to pull this screw out of my tire. Let me see if I can find it. If y'all can see that. Picked her up. I did a little research. It seems like the general consensus is that it is okay to plug it. It won't have any ill effect on the tire for racing. For autocross racing, I should say. They do say that once you plug a tire, any tire, it instantly becomes a max speed rating of like 85 miles an hour, which doesn't really affect me. In autocross, I might hit 100 miles an hour for a second, if that. And then on the highway, I'm not really cruising over 85 miles an hour. I mean, I'd like to, but I'm not typically. But yeah, I'm gonna plug the tire, get that oil pressure sensor hooked up so my gauge is actually functioning now. And yeah,